Right now at 6, police shoot and kill a man outside a Beaverton Nordstrom rack. What they say led up to the fatal encounter.
Then, Portland City Council pushing back against the county's drug deflection plan.
And like all Portlanders, I'm frustrated and I'm becoming very impatient.
Why the mayor is calling the plan a leap of faith. Plus,
I'm really hoping that this cures the ailments that have been plaguing us.
The brand new development, you might say, gives visitors to Vancouver's fast-growing waterfront a little extra breathing room.
And back to class in Oregon's biggest school district.
I'm feeling good. I'm really excited because I have a really cool teacher.
The historic high school with a brand new look.
Well, a very good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm David Molko.
And I'm Christine Pitawanich. We begin here at 6 with breaking news. We are now learning that 4,500 unionized Fred Meyer employees at 28 Portland metro area stores will be walking off the job tomorrow morning. They are protesting what they are calling unfair labor practices. Here's what's happening. The UFCW Local 555 union authorized the strike last week and pulled support for the merger between Fred Meyer parent company Kroger and Albertsons. They say the strike is necessary because the company has failed to live up to commitments in their current contract and has not been cooperative during negotiations on a new contract. Two major sticking points: retirement and wages.
There is no reason that they cannot pay living wages everywhere they operate if they can pay living wages in Tacoma, Washington.
All right, obviously that's one side of the story here. The union telling us that only grocery and meat department workers will be on strike, though that includes cashiers and stockers, a significant portion of workers that make these stores run. We've reached out to Fred Meyer for comment to get a sense if the stores will be fully closed as well. Once again, this impacts over 24 locations in the Portland metro. It includes Scappoose and Gresham, though not the Salem area. Once again, the strike starts tomorrow morning at 6 and will run for nearly a week until next Tuesday morning, unless Fred Meyer and the union reach a deal. Of course, we'll keep you posted as we learn more. Well, meanwhile, we are also following an update on a deadly police shooting about 24 hours ago outside a Nordstrom rack in Beaverton.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office says Beaverton police shot and killed a man accused of stealing from a store. Alma McCarty is live for us tonight in Beaverton. Alma, you just heard from the Sheriff's Office not too long ago. What did they tell you?
Yeah, David, Christine, what we learned is that this incident happened very quickly, really just within a matter of minutes in a very busy Beaverton parking lot here behind me. And according to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, between the time of the initial call to dispatch and the shooting, they estimate that to be around 5 minutes. So again, very quick incident, very rapidly evolving. This is the Nordstrom rack near 217, near the Benihana here, not far from the Washington Square Mall. The call to dispatch first came in before 8 p.m. from employees who reported a man later identified as 39-year-old Jacob Bundy shoplifting from the store. When two Beaverton officers got here and tried to detain him outside of the store as Bundy was walking out, and deputies say that he pulled out a gun and fired, leading to police firing back. Although they couldn't tell us where the suspect was shot, detectives say Bundy died at the scene. Investigators later determined both the firearm and the motorcycle he drove in on were stolen.
There were a lot of people that witnessed this incident, part of it or the aftermath, that we've already contacted. Certainly if there's anyone that witnessed this or any part of it that has not spoken to police, we would ask that they call the Washington County Sheriff's Office.
The Washington County Major Crimes Team, which is led by the DA's office, is investigating this shooting incident. And the mayor of Beaverton not too long ago put out a pretty lengthy statement that said in part that they're calling this really a challenging moment for the entire community. And she said that they are committing to transparency and impartiality when it comes to this investigation. Now, as for the two Beaverton officers that were involved, they have been placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol. David, Christine, back to you.
Alma McCarty off 217 and Southwest Shoals Ferry this evening. Thank you, Alma. In your headlines, the man who pleaded not guilty to abusing a dog inside a Northeast Portland apartment building was arraigned today. 25-year-old Isaac Justin was indicted by a grand jury last week on multiple counts of aggravated animal abuse. He remained silent in court today as a judge set his bail at $25,000. Authorities say the suspect was recorded on security cameras on August 2nd inside an elevator. He's accused of violently hitting and kicking the dog, among other things. The dog in this case is still missing.
In Southeast Portland this afternoon, police served a search warrant on a home where they say they found evidence of animal neglect. The home is on Southeast 86th Avenue near Tolman in the Lentz neighborhood. The district attorney's office says 13 dogs and 2 cats were rescued from the home. Investigators say they received multiple complaints of malnourished animals and poor living conditions. A neighbor told us they've complained for at least 3 years about barking dogs, odor, and feces draining onto their property. It's not clear if anyone has been charged.
Clark County Sheriff's deputies have made an arrest in a weekend shooting at a shopping center. This was just after 6 Sunday evening at Hazeldale Crossing. Witnesses reported people in a white Chrysler and dark Volkswagen firing 10 to 12 gunshots at each other. No one was shot, but a bullet hit another vehicle in the parking lot. During a search of a home, deputies say they found the Volkswagen and a rifle they believe was used in that shooting. They also arrested a suspect. Authorities say they are still searching for the other vehicle and people involved.
Now to a health alert this evening as students head back to class, with officials in Clark County concerned about the potential rise of whooping cough, also known as pertussis. It's a serious respiratory illness that spreads easily between people when an infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes. Since June 1st, 183 cases were reported in Clark County. So far this year, 229 cases have been reported in total. Nearly 2/3 of the people involved in those cases were never vaccinated against pertussis. People who are vaccinated could still get sick, but symptoms are usually less severe. Health officials are worried numbers could jump even more as school starts, and they're asking parents to look into vaccination. Joe?
Well, Christine, we are going to be seeing some changes with our forecast. It's going to be a relatively pleasant day for tomorrow. I'm forecasting temperatures right around the upper 70s to low 80s. It's going to get back to a summer forecast from Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, just in time for that holiday weekend. How hot are we looking? Well, not record-breaking temperatures, but it's been 17 days since we've seen temperatures 90 or above. We'll get back to that trend by Thursday afternoon. This evening, we're looking at temperatures over in Hillsborough and Washington County at 70 degrees, 71 in King City, really across the metro area. We're in the upper 60s to low 70s tonight. Along the coast, right around the low to the mid 60s. And speaking of the coast, 63 degrees over in Newport. I have a feeling when we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 90s over the next couple of days, this is going to be a very popular place to be along the coast. That heat is because of this ridge of high pressure that it's going to develop over the next few days. Again, we did see a little bit of some trace amounts of rain earlier this morning, 0.02, 2/100ths of an inch of rain. So now we're looking at close to 6/10ths of an inch of rain for the entire month of August. So I'm not expecting to see much in terms of precipitation, but I am expecting to see a lot of heat just in time for the holiday weekend. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Yeah, right back to the 90s. Thank you, Joe. We are hearing some major pushback from Portland City Commissioners today after Multnomah County presented its plan to send drug users toward treatment instead of jail starting on Sunday.
Blair Best joins us live outside the planned deflection center in Southeast Portland. So Blair, it sounds like the mayor is now getting involved.
That's right. So today, and for the first time, the county presented its plan to the city for that deflection center, which will be here behind me in the Central East side. City commissioners had a lot of questions. Few were fully answered, and the mayor is now calling the county's plan for deflection a leap of faith.
So what we have here is...
This morning, county officials publicly presented the city with their plan for a deflection center, a place on the Central East side where people caught solely with possession of hard drugs will go if they choose treatment over jail. That option becomes available on Sunday, when possession becomes a crime again in Oregon. The opening of the center itself was pushed back to October. Instead, there will be an option for mobile deflection, where outreach workers will meet people on the streets as a temporary alternative. The county county admits they will only have enough staff to offer deflection from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Mayor Ted Wheeler now threatening to direct Portland police to arrest people instead of offering mobile deflection if the county does not open the center as planned by their new October deadline.
And in the absence of a working deflection program, what we will do is we will arrest people and we will book them.
Among the city's growing concerns is safety for the neighborhoods surrounding the deflection center, which includes a preschool that sued the county on Monday for privately making decisions about the center. Here's the attorney behind that case.
As we've told them before, if we need to go in for a court order on an emergency basis to stop the opening of the center, we'll do that. We don't have to do that today because they've given themselves more time, but we're watching very carefully.
All right, so a lot of pressure on the county coming from all angles here. They did not respond to our request for comment regarding that lawsuit, but we're told they did meet with the surrounding community here at some point today. More on all of this coming up tonight at 6:30 on The Story. Back to you.
Yeah, appreciate your continued reporting on this constantly developing story, Blair. Today was the first day of school for most students in Portland. That, of course, includes freshmen at Benson Polytechnic High School in Northeast Portland.
Ashley Graham shows us how the historic school brought some of its past into the future.
When you walk through the front doors of Benson Polytechnic High School, you're actually greeted with something very historic. This lobby was built in 1919. Today we tagged along on a tour to see how they brought the old and the new together.
I love that.
A first look at the newly renovated Benson High School, funded largely by school bonds passed in 2017 and 2020.
There's something special about Benson being in the heart of Portland.
New Portland Public Schools Superintendent Kimberly Armstrong caught up on which pieces of the school were preserved, like some chairs in the 1,000-seat auditorium, and what's brand new.
And these are industry standard chairs, state of the art.
Staff showed off new equipment for students in career technical education classes. This class focused on dentistry. Rooms further down the hall offer space and tools for students studying medicine, engineering, and computer science, living up to the name Polytechnic.
To this amazing facility.
And the cafeteria is now a wide open space with natural light. The class of 2028 walking the halls for the first time on Tuesday.
Just seeing freshmen so excited to be here, educators touring them through the building, it was amazing.
One of the more unique features they'll see is a mix of old and new. These stairs in the cafeteria are covered with pieces cut from the old gym floor, bearing the logo of Benson Tech.
It's really humbling to see the ways in which our community has come together, the ways in which our voters leaned in to make Benson a reality 2 times.
It's an exciting time for Benson students and families, but Armstrong acknowledged that about half of PPS facilities still need maintenance and upgrades, something the district says they'll need funding for.
And keep tax rates the same, but pursue other bonds so that we can bring other facilities into a state that's safe, that's clean, and that's well equipped.
It's money the president of the Portland Association of Teachers hopes will also come from the Oregon legislature.
Also looking forward to seeing the legislature this year during this long session really choose to invest in education.
In Portland, Ashley Grahams, KGW News.